Good morning, Friday the 8th of May. It's the 8 a.m. movement snack. If this is the one that you want, that you really want, please stay. This is the preamble, if anyone's up to join it. So the movement snack will go in about 4.5 minutes. If this isn't the one you're looking for, have a scroll back at the other snacks, at the other dates. But for now, we say hello and good morning to anyone who would like to join us this morning. The first of which is Bob from Northumberland. Bob the doorman, hold open the doors. Hold open the doors and await the arrival of the masses. Maybe not. It's a bank holiday here in England and Wales, so perhaps there's some additional hours of snoozing going on. Maybe a few more pyjama clad movement snackers having a look at the snack this morning. Just me and you, Bob, I think. A few others in. Let us know where you are. Give us an idea of where in the world you are. Gateshead. Hello, Carol. Come on in. It's not a Scottish bank holiday, I don't think. Morning, Kels. Leicester is here. George is in. Good morning. Bank holiday Friday morning fans of movement. Red Rita's in. Thank you, Red Rita. So we've got Germany, we've got Scotland, we've got Leicester, Northumberland, and Kelsey is in and ready to take the reins tomorrow. So my friend and colleague Kelsey from LLT is taking on the weekend morning movement snack. So Kelsey will be with you tomorrow morning and Sunday. Yes, she will. Thanks, Adele. Cambridge is here. Bristol's in. Dawn's here, so more of Scotland. No bank holiday in Scotland, I don't think. Am I right? I think I'm right in that. I don't know. Chris, come on Wales, come on Berkshire. Come on, you know you want to. I think you're all looking a bit sluggish this morning. A little bit slow coming through the doors, Bob, I think. What do you think? Hello, Margaret. Thank you. Yes, a bit of a national celebration for us today. Dull in Glasgow. Hello, AD. We're all in Deb. At the minute, in Havant, we have some sun. Still sunny. Mum's getting excited for some gardening. Hello, Kim. Essex is in. Upminster in Essex. Okay, Jane's in. Hello. Here they come now. Here they come. Last minute. Late Larry's. Come on. Everyone get in. Get yourself in. Tad Hazy in Shrewsbury. Hey, Sheila. It's the Day Elliot Chapel Collective. Even hanging bunting. Bunting, not buffering. Hello, Hove. Carol from Ove. 30-second countdown. Hi, Kathy. I was just doing some more maths because you know how I love a chart. I've been charting our progress, as you know. So we are on. Look at all that. All them ticks as you. Hi, Trevor. Hello, Jane. 145th movement snack today. Lambrin Maya, are you still mowing lawns and doing hedges, Trevor? 145th movement snack, and tomorrow 140, 50 days Can't do the maths. Scottish Sheila in Parma. Ah, of course, Cornock. So you're a Scottish person in Spain. Hello, Edinburgh. Should we do it? I think it's a 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Ready, steady. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everyone. My name is Bex Townley from Later Life Training, and this is Friday the 8th of May. It's the first movement snack today, one of 3. By the end of today, we would have accumulated 30 additional movement minutes. We're in the business of really raising the profile, raising the bar on movement in our minds and optimizing it throughout our bodies and crowbarring it in when we can. So let's get on with the first snack. Sit or stand, you choose. Here we go. If in standing, external support at appropriate height for you. Chair is here. If you're going to start in the chair and then switch between sit and stand, have a look at the movement, decide. To begin with, let's get going. Let's make every second count. Take care of the seconds, folks, and the minutes will take care of themselves. Stole that quote from somewhere, but I think it's to do with money, not seconds and minutes. Right, here we go. Focus, Townley. The legs are moving. This is our circulation boost. Take your time, rhythmical, even, and then lengthen up. So think about this whole centre support structure. Longer in the middle means more support throughout the whole of the trunk, which means any movement underneath that is going to be more effective, it's going to feel steadier. Then we can start to find our feet. That might mean slowing it down a bit and really working through the whole of the foot. Keep going with that in stand, and then bring in the arms as and when you're ready. Keep going in stand. If you haven't already, and I'm sure you have, here's the seated options. It's the lift and shift, the hip walk forwards. Lengthen up, starting from the bottom up or the top down. Have a glance. Ankles, feet and toes. If we're working towards standing activities, this circulation boost can really be optimised. We can get more from it. It's a double whammy if we can get ankles, feet and toes involved. Here's shoulders, 1 or 2, rhythmical for you. So steady pace, mindful of the centre support here. Hands together might help with coordination and also helps to guide the elbows closer to the body. And in stand, we're here, or we're here, or we're here. So this rhythmical movement, when arms and legs move together, we're going to literally get a boost of circulation, a slight raise in the heart rate, so and all the on switches around the body start to come on. It's like a light bulb moment for the whole of the body. Take a pause. We should be all switched on now, folks. So you might have the need to take a deeper breath. This is usual, this is what we want. And all of that serves to get us ready for the next series of movements, starting with shoulders. Keep using this external support. If you're steady and are looking to build time and tolerance on your feet, yes, stand up, but take up support and think about the moving part, which is the shoulders, but also the supporting part, which is the posture, the legs and the hips. And in seated, looking to take this shoulder movement again on an optimum, upright, strong posture. So it's this one, up, back and down. So 3, 4, 5 of these, and we're looking for quality of movement, not quantity or pace, and we're literally feel your way around all of that. If that full range doesn't feel quite right for you, you might want to start with the straight up and the straight down. But can you see this is more than just about the shoulders, it's the whole of the upper trunk, the whole of the upper body. And improving these movements will directly relate to reach, grab, any activity with arms. Second movement in our top triangle, I think as I've come to describe it, is the head turn. Have a look, pick it up when you see it. Thinking here, as always, full, slow, considered range of motion. Take your time. If you wanted some additional pointers for this, the chin's level with the floor, the head is just turning left and right. There's no other directional movement of that. So you could again use the nose line as a guide. And you might feel a bit restricted on one side than the other. This is usual, that we all have stronger sides perhaps. Third movement in this triangle, so the head movements and the shoulder movements are intrinsically linked with all of our activities. Here's the third one. It's the press back. Again, it might feel smaller, depends on your kind of posture as it is. The nose stays pointing forward, so it's a back press type position. Imagine if you were laying down, you'd be pressing the head slightly backwards towards the pillow, and this is mobilizing / strengthening and enabling us to hold the head literally in a better position on shoulders. And all of this works together. None of it really ever works in isolation, but in these 10 minutes we can improve each element, and hopefully that raises the bar on the collective movement. So put in a bit of circ boost, folks, a little bit more ankle, feet and toes. Keep the circulatory system going. And as we move more, you hopefully will feel that the movement becomes easier, especially first thing in the morning. We've been still, we've been switched off, we've been laying down. It takes a while for the body parts to kick in and get going. Trunk area really is the centre of all of our movements. It's our support structure. It's the spine. That's what it does. So starting with our trunk turns, in stand, it's a wide stance, and be really strong with that. Fix it, lengthen. This is the anchor that then enables us to turn with control, steady and confident, knowing that the support under us is going to do the job. You could say it's a bit of an iceberg moment. 9/10 underneath, 1/10 on top. I threw that in, random. Keep going with that, take your time. Here's the sit option. The anchor part, the support part, now involves the hips sat down, so anchor feet, anchor hips, and then take the turn. Pause in the middle. Smooth, controlled, feel your way around this. You can bring your arms with you if you want to. We can start to add in a functional reach. Everything is slow and controlled, no pace, no momentum. If you want to pause up in the middle, that's the point, to have a little sink, have a little slump if and as the posture muscles get tired. Normal breathing, take a breath, take a turn. And you can see my head and my shoulders and my gaze go with that. In seated, because I'm sat in a chair, and because of the position, I'm not really having to concern about legs. So you may feel that you can get more mobility out of a seated option. So if tolerance in standing is still something you're working towards, yes, do these ones in stand with support, but perhaps also have a sit down and then have a comparison between what's my standing range of motion up against my seated. And all these things add as markers to help with monitor progress and success. All right, let's just have a little bit of that, a little bit of more shoulders, please. Steady, control, rhythmical. Side bends. We're going to bend to the side. Anything that moves away from the centre or anything that moves the head may challenge the balance, so always take up support. Big support structure at the bottom end for the bend and come up. Bend and come up. Can you see nothing else is moving here? My hips are fixed. Got loads of strength coming from this length here, and I'm taking the bend and the stand, using support if you require. 4 or 5 in each direction. Take your time, pause in the middle. Seated are all the same prompts. Exactly the same prompts apply, but you may need to work harder or be more mindful of what's happening with this pelvis position here. So if you feel a bit squeezed in the middle, it might be because you haven't quite taken that pelvis and done this to it, do that to it, and then we're here. And then you can really take a really effective sideways bend. And you can see you'll be doing this in life already. We're looking to improve and enhance our ability to do stuff. Just this. Third movement of the trunk trio, named by Jane in Edinburgh. We like the trunk trio. The third one is the back extension. Lift up to upright posture and then add an extra extend. And the extra extend comes from the lower part of the back here. If I show you and stand here, upright into extend. It comes from here. And my gaze stays forward. If I were to do it looking at you, I'm still looking at you. Who's looking at you? Hand behind here can add an extra guide, and it also brings in some extra shoulder movement. If you're really rock solid and confident in stand, we can go for this one. And as you can see, this is the movement we instinctively do. If we've spent a lot of time in flex, if you've been bending and lifting, we instinctively want to do this. So really effective one to crowbar in your day if you're out and about doing heavy lifting, garden stuff. What we on? Ankles. Ankles in sit, here we go. Two options in sit. If lower limb is not on your radar, not on your manual, not an option to you, the focus will always be on the base of support that's important to you, which is going to be hips, lift and shift. So this hip walk is really critical. On a Friday, we tend to talk more about functional floor activities and how these movements also contribute to how we move on the floor, not only in stand, not only in sit. So this relates to all of us. Getting in and out of bed, getting in shimmying across sofas and squidgy chairs, in and out of cars, in the bath, on the floor. All of this stuff relates. So if ankles, feet and toes aren't an option, keep going on that hip walking. Here's your ankle, feet and toes. Now this one is done in full back rest. Have a look. It's the press and extend. Bring the toes in on that as well. Have a look. Is it doing what you want it to do? So be mindful, stay kind of engaged with the movement so that you can kind of learn from that and enhance and improve. Put in an extra Mexican wave in the toes while you're there if you can. Toes really important for standing balance work. If you've exhausted that one and if you are looking to increase tolerance and success in standing, you might want this one. And this one you can also do in a chair. If you're doing this in stand and you're gonna want some external support, the supporting leg is nearest to the support. And this means that at any time, if you do feel unsteady, we can actually start to use that foot to get that down. That's why we do this outside leg. This is the support side, this is the moving side. So when we do the other leg, we turn around. Support side nearest the support structure, and then we can actually really start to utilise that mobility to regain balance if we need to. And in the chair, it's the same, here and here. Okay, that's our mobility routine. Just before we go to crowbar in, we're going to look at kind of more hip hinge. Perhaps we could think about getting some range of movement, slow and controlled here, and also think about some back of thigh, knee mobility work, also crowbarred in. But generally, I'm going to say today, please, heel raises into your daisies, plus some toe raises into your daisies, because these are really critical also in our leverage and our power to get up from the floor. So we're going to have a bit more of that at lunchtime. So I'll be back at 12 p.m. for the lunchtime snack, maybe a couple of trios. I'll rustle up some trios in the movement snack kitchen for you. I think I'm going to have to work quite hard today because the sun's out. So anyway, deploy all that into your days. Go forth, everyone. See you back at 12.